All right, so hopefully my video didn't splice in the last one there, but what I was saying is getting the kit set up, sorting out the ergonomics, especially for a newbie, is okay. So I'm going on, I'm on my 8th month playing. I'll be going on my 9th month pretty soon, right? And in that 9 months, I think I've been very active on moving the kit around. I seem to keep settling on some sort of variation of this, and this one seems the best so far. At one point, I had it really, really good, but then I bought the double pedal, and that kind of threw things for a whirl, especially for the hi-hat. So the hi-hat kind of has to come out there. I know some people say put the hi-hat on the inside, but you can't get there from here because right where the double pedal is, the slave pedal is where this has to go, which I can get it there, but then this pedal is all the way out here. And that seems to be creating issues with my inner thigh getting, like my legs are spread too far apart so when I get going, whatever, it's tensing up muscles in the ball socket and stuff like that. And that kind of, yeah, I could see that shearing and causing a lot of damage. So getting that pedal in, this is less inconvenient than having the pedal the other way. So my pedal I brought it in a couple of inches, quite a few inches, so that I'm really literally just have my foot on each side of the snare. I probably even could bring it in that way a little bit more, but I think my knee I don't want anything touching. I don't want any part of the kit touching. Nothing on the kit touches or rubs against anything else because that'll wear and tear. And I definitely don't want any part of my body rubbing against the kit, especially against hardware like this, because it'll, it's not going to feel good, right? And again, I got the pedals. I'm going to try to put them back a little bit further, but right today, like my legs are just completely dead because of, it's been very labor intensive the past couple of days. So, for me, playing is kind of like, I want to come at it fresh to see what, how good this setup actually is for me. So I think one of the biggest keys, like setting up a guitar properly, whatever, for a beginner, for a beginner drummer, like the setup, I think is everything. And I mean, my sticking techniques, my hands are very relaxed. I don't I can seem to play fairly fast for a good long time before I'll go out of time a little bit, but I won't lose stamina. I won't lose I won't tense up and stuff. Especially the right hand seems to be pretty dead on. The left hand, it does when I do start using the fingers to kind of keep the stick bouncing. Sometimes I kind of lose a little bit of momentum there, but my hands don't tense up is what I'm getting at. So my shoulders aren't sore, my shoulders aren't high, my back is not hunched, and that seat, that Mapex seat, it's not their highest end seat, but throne, but it's so comfortable. It is weird. Not everybody likes this. I get this, but this I love. I don't think I could play drums for a long amount of time without it. Again, I'm 51 and, done hard labor all my life, so my body's worn out, right? But the thing I'm going to leave you with is that, and I think this is probably a very desired effect, when I'm done playing, I'm not so much tired. It feels like I've done something, but I feel good. It's kind of like I feel like I got a good stretch, a good workout without, fatiguing. And I don't feel any pain the next day, from the kit. So that I think is so important that should be something, aside from technique, aside from, just sounding good and all that and tuning your drums and all that other stuff that comes along with it. The posture and the ergonomics, I think, is so, so important. Because I talk to a lot of self-taught drummers that tell me the same thing. Oh, I can't play my drums anymore. My hands are completely shot. And I'm not playing with gloves or nothing. But I like I say, I play an hour, no problem. Now, can I play a 3-hour gig without tiring out? Well, it depends. It depends what I'd be playing, but I haven't done it yet. But you could say that with any instrument, like a bass. You'd say, I could play a bass for 3 hours because it's easy to play. No, you can't until you try it. Because you will notice after the second hour, you start slagging. I can sing for 3 hours. Yeah, you can sing really great for about the first hour and a half. That other hour and a half is work, and that I'm telling you from experience. So I do understand the whole stamina thing takes time and whatever. And I'm not really working on the stamina as much as I'm working on the ergonomics and the technique right now. Like the stamina, it'll get there because I usually do like a 15-minute session, or if I'm lucky, I get like a 45-minute session and bang out some stuff that way. What am I doing for time? Yeah, so like it is coming along. And some of you guys have given me some fantastic tips, especially on the tuning the drums and stuff like that. I may have bought a drum dial for nothing. Some really cool and very simple ways of tuning the drums that I really like. Yes, these are the Remo UT heads. They're not, they're crap. They're crap. I'm thinking of going with 2-ply Evans hydraulics because again, I'm a metal guy. I'm not a jazz guy. I tend to like lower booms rather than high cracks, stuff like that. But that's another video for another time when I get there. But guys, a couple more payments and this sucker's mine. This was quite the feat for a first drum kit and quite the quite the financial commitment for sure. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's paid off in February, but I have almost enough money to pay it off now. Not quite. And whatever, but how am I doing for time? Okay, good. The video splices at like 10 minutes and something like that, and then you always lose the tail end of and then there's like 3 seconds left in the following video, the splice. So that's why I try to wrap it up under the 10 minutes if I can. But yeah, the setup I like. I'm sure I'll keep tweaking, but this seems to work for me fairly well. I can play as relaxed as possible. And I think that's something that I don't hear enough people talk about. I would again like to have this over. I'm challenged between height, okay, and angle. I would prefer this drum to be as close to this side as possible, but because of the 22-inch bass drum, it's just too high to do that. So I have to raise it up enough. But you get more of the more to the right I go, the more natural my sticks, the less I'm fighting my stick. Because like I showed in the previous video really quick, when your hand's going to angle in like this, not like this, right? So yeah, you just got to move a bit, but this is just natural. It'll just fall there, right? So the more off to one side, the more you have to, instead of going like this and just letting it fall there, now you have to consciously move something. Right. And now you've got, effort, so the idea is to find a way to do things with the least amount of effort to get the most amount of whatever. Obviously, you got to put some effort in, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, ergonomics, I think I got it. I'd like to be able to just leave this kit like this for maybe the next month or so, see how it goes. I think I finally got the pedal, I'd say probably 85% dialed into what I want. I finally got it ergonomically sitting there where I want. I definitely don't like the pedal over here because it's just, you feel it right in the ball socket there after, when you really start wanting to go fast or something. You're fine when you're doing normal tempos, but when you want to really give it, and then next thing you know, it's like, okay, if you can feel discomfort, you're hurting yourself. As soon as you feel discomfort, you're hurting yourself. You might not realize it, but over time, and probably not as much time as you would think, you do damage, right? So the idea is not to get any repetitive injuries whatsoever, if I can help it, and by bringing that pedal in, boy, did that ever solve a lot of issues for me. So now it's just getting, just learning how to play, so it's set up, just learning how to play. But yeah, setup is so important. And to be able to critique yourself on how to play so that your ergonomics is... I think once I get a little more experience, I want to do a full series just on you know, how to find your ergonomics so that you, because it's going to be different for every person, right? Because everybody's body's different. But if you could see like a really, really, hey, use this for me. I know there's some people out there already doing that with like setting up pedals and stuff like that, the double pedals and stuff like that. But no, I haven't seen one, not even Drumeo. I haven't even seen them talk about, you know, how far apart your feet should be. I know that the conversation takes place. I just haven't found it yet. Um, and I think that's probably even more important than the beater height and everything, like because that right there, that's where you're going to get your injury is having the pedals too far apart or too close, depending on your body or whatever. Anyway, okay, there we go. So I'm going to go with that, and yeah.